you're eating it right now, thinking it's the healthy choice. It's a staple on your dinner plate, a common favorite across America. But a silent, toxic fire is starting in your brain with every bite. This isn't about cholesterol. This is about inflammation that can steal your memory and cause silent strokes. This common fish causes brain inflammation that can lead to confusion, and even a silent stroke while you sleep. You might not notice it at first, but it's there. I know that sounds scary, but this isn't about fear. It's about protection. It's about keeping the independence and the sharp mind you've worked so hard for. We all want to feel that clear, sharp mind when we wake up, ready to plan the day, enjoy the grandkids, or just run errands without that frustrating mental fog. The problem is, much of what we've been told about healthy eating is outdated or actually harmful for the 50-plus brain. This particular fish, a budget-friendly option in nearly every U.S. grocery freezer, is actually a ticking time bomb for your memory. Let me show you what that looks like in real life. Think about Mr. Robert. He's 72, a retired schoolteacher from Ohio. Always sharp, always the one who knew the history of everything. He loves his early morning routine, a big mug of drip coffee and the morning paper. Lately, though, his wife, Mrs. Susan, noticed things. Small, frustrating slips. Forgetting the name of a close, longtime friend. Or getting completely turned around driving home from the local farmer's market. He blamed it on just getting old. But his diet was full of healthy fish, sometimes 3 or 4 times a week. The kind that's cheaper, readily available, and farmed fast. What Mr. Robert didn't know was that the unhealthy omega-6 to omega-3 ratio in that fish was pouring fuel onto an existing low-grade inflammation in his brain. It was slowly burning the wires of his memory. That low-grade inflammation is what prepares the brain for a silent stroke. The sad part? His doctor kept saying his blood work was fine. They weren't looking for the silent brain inflammation. This isn't just about one fish. It has about 4 common habits that are accelerating brain aging after 60. Let us look at the first one. 1. The healthy fish. Mistake. Farmed tilapia and imported catfish. This is the fish I was talking about. It's cheap, it's easy. But much of the widely available farmed tilapia and catfish in the U.S. are highly pro-inflammatory. While all fish is a source of protein, the problem here is the fat profile. The science behind the silent fire. Experts from Wake Forest University found that certain farmed fish contain very low levels of the protective omega-3s, like DHA and EPA, and shockingly high levels of omega-6s. This creates a terrible imbalance. The American Journal of Clinical Nutrition suggests the ideal ratio should be close to 1.1, but many of these fish have a ratio of 10.1 or even higher. For the brain, this is a silent fire, the kind that ends in confusion. Or worse. When your brain is constantly inflamed, your tiny blood vessels, the ones that keep your memory circuits alive, get damaged. Over time, that damage accelerates your silent stroke risk. Choose wild-caught fish, or stick to wild Alaskan salmon and sardines. Here's one that surprised even me. 2. Mistaking chronic fatigue for just being 60. You feel tired. You hit a slump at 3 p.m. that feels like hitting a wall. You blame the years, but that chronic daily fatigue is often a direct signal of deep oxidative stress and poor blood flow to your brain. It's like your internal GPS is running on a nearly dead battery. It's why you might struggle to recall a name or feel that frustrating mental fog when trying to multitask. For the older adult, this isn't just tiredness, it's a warning. The physiological mechanism, silent strokes, or Silent brain infarctions, SBI, are often caused by the occlusion of small vessels in the brain. They are strongly linked to the risk factors of metabolic syndrome. Even a minor spike in glucose or a drop in blood oxygen, which you feel as fatigue, is a sign of stress on these tiny vessels. The NIH confirms that over 20% of the elderly population have experienced an SBI, and the prevalence increases steadily with age. If you feel chronic fatigue, ask your doctor to check your C-reactive protein, CRP, to detect this hidden inflammation. Now, this next one is subtle, but everyone does it. 3. The high-salt, saturated fat comfort habit. It's a comfort food. Maybe that late-night scoop of ice cream or the buttery, salty biscuit with tea. This combination of processed simple carbs and high saturated fat is a double whammy for your most delicate blood vessels. High blood pressure is the primary modifiable risk factor for stroke, whether silent or overt. When you constantly bombard your system with high sodium and saturated fats, your arteries harden. The heart. Org warning. The American Heart Association notes that high sodium intake immediately stresses the small, delicate blood vessels that feed the deep parts of your brain. For the older brain, this continuous stress damages the structure of the vessels over time. This damage leads to areas of reduced blood flow, hypoperfusion, which is a leading cause of those silent, unnoticed strokes. You may never notice it until one morning you realize a part of your precious memory is gone. This information is vital for everyone over 50. It's about protecting your future. If you want more real, simple, doctor-approved advice to age without losing your mind, tap the subscribe button right now. Don't miss the next critical warning. 4. Not demanding the right tests from your doctor. Many people in their 50s and 60s simply accept mild memory loss, confusion, or that frequent brain fog as a normal part of life. They'll talk about their golf game or their grandchildren, but they won't mention that strange moment of confusion at the gas pump. You're not being a burden. You're being proactive about your most important asset. Take control of your health markers. Instead of just a standard annual physical, be specific. Ask your doctor for a detailed vascular risk profile. Specifically request a check for your C-reactive protein, CRP, to check for body-wide inflammation, and an HbA1c for a better view of your long-term sugar control. Glucose spikes in an inflamed brain are like gasoline on invisible embers. Protecting your mind means asking the right questions and demanding the right data. So what happens when you take these destructive habits out and put the right choices in? It's not just about what you cut out, it's about what you gain back. Imagine waking up and the heavy mental fog has completely lifted. You feel the sun come out in your mind. You feel lighter, sharper, and truly present. You'll have the energy to work in the garden without tiring, or finally plan that retirement road trip across the country. It's about feeling that sharp clarity when you're making important life decisions, or simply holding a clear, loving conversation with your spouse and never having to hesitate for a common word. It's about protecting your clarity, your confidence, and the freedom you've earned. If that's what you want, here's what to do next. Your brain is the most precious thing you own. It holds every memory, every smile, every single piece of your unique life story. Protecting it isn't just about diet. It's about protecting your entire future. It's not just about memory loss. It's about preventing what could be a silent stroke, the kind that steals your independence slowly, leaving you confused and reliant on others. Take action today. Ask those questions. Make those simple swaps. Protect your mind and the life you've earned. Share this before it's too late. Send this video to someone you care about who is over 60. They need to hear this warning.